Welcome, my people.
Jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.
Who is sleeping? It's Thursday. Kate, it is 4 p.m. on a Thursday.
Tonight. Sure, tonight's not going to come. I've been waiting there.
Tonight
now, so you want rush reach out.
And it is the lion that is sleeping.
Exactly.
It's not us.
Okay,
if
not
you like, don't sleep.
It's lion that is sleeping.
Your problem is that.
Please, my sister, continue with your social number. Continue your social number, guys.
All right, welcome to Take 3. My name is Kate Adeogun, and today we are bringing you stories that have got entertainment, social media, and pop culture on the same page, literally. Now, from a major immigration case making headlines in South Africa to a historic moment for one of Africa's biggest music legends, there is plenty to get into on the show today.
Speaking about plenty, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Adewa, aka the voice of God. And in South Africa, the immigration case involving Nigerian-born beauty queen Chidinma Adetshina has been adjourned. Yeah, Chidinma is speaking up, and the people are protesting. And from the courtroom to Hollywood history, as Angelique Kidjo, I will call her the real Mama Africa, has officially made her mark on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Hey, we have to shake it on that.
Please, make some noise.
It's not easy.
Yes,
it's not easy. It's not easy. Yes, celebrate grace. We celebrate grace.
Hallelujah. Okay, people, we're also getting into the money behind the music. Streams may be hitting millions and billions, but are the payouts matching those numbers?
Hey.
And on trending, Shay Vibes has deleted his post. That's in fold. About Hilda Bassi. Following the defamation lawsuit that she filed against him, I became Jane. You know how we do it. Don't hold back on your opinions. Send it to the WhatsApp number that's on your screen right now. Drop your comments on YouTube. And we're going to get things started with E-News. Take it away, Keith.
On entertainment news, we start with an update with veteran Yoruba actor Taiwo Hassan, popularly known as Ogogo, as colleagues explain why the ailing actor cannot currently be moved despite offers of help. Actors Jide Kosoko reportedly explained that Ogogo's condition requires him to remain where he is receiving treatment, making it difficult to move him elsewhere for spiritual and alternative treatment. While several people have offered to help, the priority, according to those close to him, is ensuring that any decision made does not put additional strain on the actor's condition. Meanwhile, singer Brimo has made a serious allegation involving some of Nigeria's biggest music stars. The singer claims that Tubaba, Burna Boy, and Davido were aware of an alleged cult recruitment activity within the entertainment space. Brimo made the claim while discussing what he described as disturbing practices in the industry.
I don't have forgiveness from Burna Boy or Davido or Two-Face. I'm going to tell me, say, true, they know about what's happened to me for Chevron or not. When I got attacked, when I was lured into being hosted, only to be told I need to join cult. And they mentioned 3 names. And I was quite quiet about that all these years on the talk. And this is the 7th anniversary of 2019 till now.
However, the allegations have not been independently established, and the artists mentioned have not, at the time of the report, been shown to have confirmed the claims. In South Africa, former Miss South African contestant Chidinma Adetshina says she has been unfairly targeted as she continues her legal battle over her immigration status. The beauty queen made the comments as her case came before the court, while protesters gathered outside with some demanding that she leaves the country. Chidinma, who has faced intense public scrutiny over questions surrounding her South African citizenship and eligibility to participate in the Miss South Africa pageant, says the treatment she has received has been unfair. The court proceedings are ongoing, but the controversy is firmly in the spotlight. Late hip-hop icon the Notorious B.I.G., his son C.J. Wallace, has reportedly raised questions about his grandmother Voletta Wallace's will, claiming that the document may have been changed just weeks before her death. The allegations could have major implications for the Wallace family and the management of Biggie's estate. The claims are now expected to be examined through the legal process as questions grow over who has control of the late rapper's assets and legacy. Cynthia Erivo is set to receive another major honor. The British-Nigerian actress and singer will be recognized at the American Ballet Theatre 2026 Fall Gala. Erivo has built an impressive career across music, film, and theatre, earning major recognitions for her performances and becoming one of the most prominent British performers of African heritage on the global stage. The latest honor adds to a growing list of accolades celebrating her contribution to entertainment and arts. Meanwhile, rapper T.I. will have to face a lawsuit over the 2016 song Dope, a collaboration involving Dr. Dre. A judge has reportedly ruled that the legal action against the rapper can proceed, meaning T.I. will now have to defend himself against the claims in court. And finally, Ariana Grande has scored a legal win in a fight to identify alleged hackers who reportedly targeted her. A court has granted the singer permission subpoenas aimed at uncovering the identities of the individuals behind the alleged hacking activity. This allows her legal team to obtain information that could help identify those responsible and potentially pursue further legal actions. That's all on entertainment news.
All right, welcome back to Take 3. Yes, the biggest entertainment show in Africa.
Yes, actually.
Yes, talking about the one that trends every other day.
Is we.
It is we. Now we be this.
Now we run out.
Now we run out.
Now we.
If easy, run out. Aye. We're taking us to the south. Hey. All right, now, guys, yes, we are calm. But, you know, we can't keep calm if it's happening all right. Now, let's jump right into the conversation because today we want to look at some very interesting things that are happening around, you know, across Africa that still affects Nigeria. Now, the legal battle over Chidinma Adetshina's right to remain in South Africa is far from over. What began with controversy over her, participation in the Miss South African pageant has evolved into a complex dispute involving citizenship, immigration status, and allegedly fraudulent documents. Now, the latest court proceedings have now been postponed to February 2027, next year. And next year, long. Pending a decision from the Western Cape High Court. So, what exactly is at stake? And what happens next for Chidinma? Now, joining us is Velani Ludidi, the senior reporter at the Education Desk, who has been following the case closely and is here to give us, updates on that. Good evening, Velani. Can you hear us? Welcome to Take 3.
Yes.
Good to have you here, Velani.
Good evening, guys.
All right. So now let's...
thank you for having me.
Yes, it's the pleasure is ours. Now, let's jump right into it. Let's strip away the pageant controversy. What exactly is the South African government accusing Chidinma Adetshina of? Because it's looking like it's a bit complex now. But what exactly is the issue, aside the pageant?
Yes, indeed. Look, as you have correctly said, this began with the pageant, which she entered in 2024, where she was entering Miss South Africa. And then after the circulation of that video, I think it was her and her family where they were celebrating progressing further into the pageant, and then South Africans started questioning her name, how did she enter, and questioning her identity. Is she a South African? Which then led to investigations by the Department of Home Affairs, which deals with citizenship and documentation in the country. And it was then established that Chidinma's mother had stolen someone's identity, and then Chidinma's mother's citizenship then was revoked because she only got it because she had stolen an identity. This then affected Chidinma Adetshina's status too, including that of a 3-year-old son. So basically what happened, while the department is not entirely accusing her of any wrongdoing, they are arguing that her identity, her South African citizenship is a result of a rotten tree because her mother received her documents illegally. Then that means whoever was registered under that Abigail, Chidinma's mother, is also then in the country illegally. Chidinma, if when turning 18 in South Africa, if your birth registration was registered in South Africa, if you can prove that you've lived for 18 years in South Africa, you can apply to the Department of Home Affairs for citizenship. But that does not automatically mean that it is guaranteed you'll get citizenship. But there are people who are in the country who are parents whose parents were not born in South Africa, but the child was born in South Africa after turning 18. They make a representation to the Department of Home Affairs, who then decide on whether to approve or decline that citizenship based on whatever information you've provided. And the decision is entirely on them. So Home Affairs is arguing that she had not gone through that process. Because remember, also, I must also say that Chidinma did not see the need to go through that process, because remember, her documents are valid because she got a South African ID, a birth certificate, but they were gotten illegally by virtue of her mother being an illegal in the country and illegally getting her status too.
Interesting.
Looks like the mommy is the issue then. But of course, Velani, you're still with us. We'll go on a quick break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. You're still watching Take 3. All right, welcome back. You're still watching Take 3. Now, remember that you can be a part of all of our conversations. Drop a message on WhatsApp and on YouTube as well, where we are streaming live. Now, we're still talking about the Chidinma Adetshina case. And of course, we have Senior Reporter Education Desk, Belani Ludidi. Belani, if you can hear me, we continue the conversation now. So you've said a lot about this, and we were talking about it off air, that why not just hold mommy, and leave the girl alone? But right now, where does the case currently stand? And the postponement yesterday, what does it actually mean? Okay.
Look, what essentially happened is that there are 2 court cases currently. This is now only involving Chidinma Adetshina and her son, which is the regional court, which was heard yesterday. And Chidinma, through her lawyers, have launched another application with the High Court. So the magistrate at the regional court decided that she cannot take a decision because, so let me just go back. Home Affairs went to the regional court asking to actually detain Chidinma Adetshina while they process her and make a decision on whether to deport her back to Nigeria. But now, Chidinma Adetshina then, through this court, is fighting that she be not detained. Okay. And then in the High Court, she's fighting her deportation, not to be deported back to Nigeria. At the center of all of this, Home Affairs says, after they found out that Chidinma Adetshina's documents were, as I said, as a result of a rotten tree, which is, according to them, is the mother, they communicated with Chidinma. She was in Nigeria at the time, and she had taken up Nigerian citizenship. And this is one of the arguments that Home Affairs is using, that while Chidinma claims that she knows no other country than South Africa, this is from an affidavit which I've read, where she's arguing this in the higher court now. But she has taken citizenship in Nigeria, and they're saying that that is her home. She should go back to Nigeria, because if she did not have a home, she shouldn't have taken the Nigerian citizenship. So, but now this lower court is saying, let's wait until a decision is taken by the higher court, because any decision taken by a lower court, it will be null and void if it does not align with the higher court. So she did also previously ask Chidinma Adetshina's lawyers, together with Home Affairs, can't they reach a decision together where they say, look, we're posing this court application, we're waiting for the higher court to make a decision on this. But Home Affairs is saying, we have arrested Chidinma Adetshina because she entered South Africa illegally after we have communicated that we are nullifying her documents. So Chidinma at present has a South African identity, which she used to enter through Mozambique, which Home Affairs said that we had flagged her that her documents are null and void. She should have not entered the country that way, which is why they went on and arrested her. But also, I must also mention that I do believe, this is my personal opinion, that the court, which is the lower court, made an error when it postponed the first court appearance by Chidinma. Home Affairs, when when they arrest any person who's in the country illegally, they have 48 hours to bring that person before a court, where they are applying now, whether to detain that person. The court can grant them, can say, okay, you can detain this person for 30 days, 60 days, or ask them an extension up to 90 days while they process deportation. But what the court did, postponed the matter, which then give Chidinma and her team the leeway to make an application to the High Court, then leads us, which is why now she's not arrested, and also she's outside, meaning that until the High Court makes a decision, which I think it could take several months. It's not an urgent application, and so it can take quite some time before a decision is reached there. At present, she remains free and she remains to be in the country, and she's keeping the documents. And part of her argument was that I can give back these documents to Home Affairs if they just say that they are not going to detain me.
Okay.
Now, we would like to ask, at the heart of this, Chidinma's documentation issue, what exactly is Home Affairs alleging that was fraudulent about the process? What is their case? What is Home Affairs' case right now?
Home Affairs, their target initially was Chidinma's mother. Okay. Chidinma stole someone's identity to get her documents. Okay. So that's where the crime starts, according to Home Affairs, that Chidinma's mother stole someone's identity and was registered as a South African. So whoever is registered under Chidinma's mother is not registered properly. That needs to be fixed. So that's where Chidinma is. I know people have been asking how is Chidinma involved in this? It's her mother, and also what makes a twist that was brought by Chidinma. Chidinma made a big mistake by taking that citizenship, Nigerian citizenship, because now it means that she has another home, which is Nigeria, while she claims she knows no other home. Remember, according to her court documents, she has never stayed more than a year in Nigeria. If she had not taken that citizenship, it would have been a strong argument to present in court, because if you were born in South Africa and you have never lived more than a year outside of South Africa, you can then go to Home Affairs and apply to be naturalized, to be a citizen of South Africa. But also, again, that is not automatic. It depends on what your argument is, and then the decision lies entirely on Home Affairs whether to grant you citizenship. But as if you look at soccer players who are playing for South African teams in the Premier Soccer League, they are granted citizenship after spending certain years playing in the country. She could have used those arguments, but the other issue is her. And also another issue is her ignoring Home Affairs when they contacted her and say, look, we'll find out that your registration was done illegally, and we want you to come and present and make a presentation to us so that we can figure a way out of this. They are arguing that Chidinma ignored them. At that time, it was during the height of the Miss Universe competition, so she was out of the country. They said that in court. We've even sent WhatsApp messages to Chidinma because we couldn't reach her via email, and she did not respond. But she's arguing against that, saying that she has tried to rationalize her stay in South Africa, but Home Affairs have not given I have not given her enough time to do that. Home Affairs is also arguing that Chidinma submitted false bank statements when she was applying for South African citizenship. That is yet to be tested. It will be tested when the case is being argued in court.
All right. Velani, well, this conversation, I believe there's a lot to unpack and unfold as it goes on every now and then. But definitely, we would reach out to you again to join us to probably break down more as the case unfolds. And we thank you for giving us your time to break this down as well. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Velani. Wow,
quite an interesting one. It's the same thing everybody has been saying. Why not go after? Why go after? Very clear. The fact that the mother is the initial culprit, and anybody attached or anybody she registered or registered through her becomes illegal. And I think that's how this immigration system works. If you are a dependent of an illegal immigrant, regardless of how long you've stayed, then the fact that that person you are attached to was illegal everybody that's connected and registered under that person becomes illegal.
But here's what
interesting.
Here's what
It's quite interesting, but it's weird.
Just quickly before we go on a break, I just want to point out that yes, her mother was illegal, but she has stayed. She has like legal standing.
Yeah, she's
So I think that if this were not a witch hunt, the safest, quickest thing to do is separate her, say, okay, your mother, which means that your citizenship is revoked, then give her the opportunity as somebody who has actually stayed in South Africa over 18 years, to properly apply.
But they said...
It's crazy because now she's a victim, you know, a victim of a national identity debate.
It's a serious identity debate.
We're going to go on a quick break. When we come back, we have a very interesting package for you. We'll be right back. Still Take 3.
To the show, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, you're still watching Take 3. Now we're going to take a listen to this beautiful package that we put together in honor of Angelique Kidjo, who has made Hollywood Walk of Fame history, the first African to ever make that happen. Let's watch this. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all raise a toast to a history maker, Angelique Kidjo. This is a big one for Africa, as the Beninois music icon has officially made Hollywood history, becoming, wait for it, the first African musician and first Black African to receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The 5-time Grammy winner was honored in Los Angeles on August 18 with the 2,854th star in the recording category, celebrating more than 4 decades of music, culture, and global influence. And to make the moment even more special, Hollywood declared August 18 Angelique Kidjo Day. From her roots in Benin to becoming one of the most respected African voices on the global stage, Kidjo has built a remarkable career by taking African sounds to audiences around the world. Her musical journey has seen her work with global stars, including Alicia Keys, Carlos Santana, Peter Gabriel, and Yo-Yo Ma, while also collaborating with Nigeria's Burna Boy, Ayra Starr, amongst others. But beyond the music, Kidjo has consistently used her platform to champion African culture, young people, and social causes. From Benin to Hollywood, Angelique Kidjo has officially left her mark, and this one definitely deserves all the cheers. All right, welcome back. Of course, you're still watching Take 3, and we're saying cheers. I hope we didn't come with our champagne.
Shekere to Mama Africa.
Now, moving on to our next conversation. Nigeria's entertainment industry is experiencing unprecedented growth, generating billions of dollars and becoming a major contributor to the economy. But as the industry expands, questions remain about whether creators are truly benefiting from the value that they create. With challenges around royalties, intellectual property protection, piracy, and access to funding, many artists are still struggling to turn massive streams into sustainable income. Now, to unpack the gap between big numbers and real revenue, we're joined by Shola Bamidele, the CEO and creative director of Loom Rooms. Welcome. Okay.
Yes, that's the energy.
Thank you
That's
so
the energy.
much for
Good to have you,
joining
bro.
us.
Thank you.
Looking sharp.
Very.
100.
All right, so we're going to start with a big question, right? How is it possible for an artist to have millions of streams but still earn what many would consider a very small amount of money?
Shikini money. And we see your streams.
So I think that the issue is like visibility is not necessarily income. So that's where I feel there is an issue, especially with the African creativity sector. We pay more attention to the numbers as opposed to creating stars who become institutions, right? And I feel the K-pop industry has been able to crack that. They are able to create beyond the stars. Right now, what we have are globally marketable stars, globally recognized with the Grammys and whatnot. But we're not building businesses around these brands. We're not building institutions that transcend just the now. When the CEO dies, who takes over? How does this now become a bigger thing? For a lack of a better, for not to mention examples though, but how is it that Ayra Starr doesn't have like Ayra Starr skirts? How is it that we're not marketing? How are we not creating beauty brands from that powerful brand, which I think she is? So that's pretty much what I feel the problem is. Everyone is just paying attention to the numbers, but the streams do not necessarily generate the income.
The money.
So you're saying that even if you have millions of streams, it doesn't automatically convert to money. Is that what it is?
It doesn't. It doesn't convert to money. It's like understanding infrastructure, understanding your team, understanding the brand, and that's where branding comes in play. One thing I've taken out time to study how Amber Grimes and other music exec, how they build brands, like Rihanna's brand, they have a 10-year trajectory of how that brand, the good girl gone bad, can transcend in 10 years. How we don't have that here. So it's like creating an institution. So whenever it is you see Rihanna do anything, even after 2 kids, you still see that, oh, it's still on brand. It still ties back to the rebel. So I feel in the end, yeah.
But I want to ask, right? I know that we want to encourage artists to build brands, to have a stronger ecosystem. But the thing that puts them in their face is the music. So how is it that this music is not making them money? Like, let's leave branding aside.
Right.
Why is music not converting
into money?
I would pick from I'll talk from the point of Bloom Rooms. I'm running this. We're going to be a year in 2 days. And from thank you. It's a long way to go. But yeah, like from just the understanding, I think there's a lot of me as opposed to we. With music, with the artists, everyone wants to be a star. And for me at Lumens, we at Lumens rather, the number one rule is you are not the star.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wait,
okay.
You know, like star for work of fame now.
The artist is not the star.
You're not the star.
You want to cause problem.
How can you be the star when you're in the galaxy? Like, how can you settle for that? You get?
Okay.
That's the kind of mentality I'm trying to infuse into them, because I am mostly based in Amsterdam, and I see how their art is able to inspire the next generation. We go into the museums, and then we see how they show the young ones how they were able to take over, for a lack of a better word, take over like the African community. But they're training them from young to see that there's a mindset they're putting in them. How are we able for us to now send that into us? So coming back to the question of why are we not making music, it is a thing of music, first of all, is frequency. What message are we putting out? Do we understand that right now, if it's predicted to be a $4 billion industry by at least 2030, how are we working together collectively, not against ourselves, to build this industry and to own it? There's no ownership, there's no control over intellectual property, there is no merchandising, there are a lot of things just losing through the cracks. That's why.
But you've mentioned quite a number of things now, you know. So I want to know, because the money still comes in, right?
Yes.
It's just not a lot.
Yes.
Based off of the kind of numbers that they are making. Now, who are some of the major players that take a percentage from the streaming or the revenue that comes from their music that is out there before it gets to the artists themselves?
Okay, basically, a lot of things still ties into this distribution, right? How does the music get to the audience and where as well? It's some of these are like location specific. So the onboarding platform, you need to know all of these things and pay attention to copyright. You have to pay attention to ownership, pay attention to, what part of my percentage, your royalties and whatnot. So it's not particularly one, it's just knowing your own industry, which now begs the question, because I've spent time studying the streaming platforms and saying, how is it that right now we don't have one of ours in Africa?
Created by Africans for
Created by
Africans.
Africans for Africa. Why we not think? I'm sure there are a lot of people thinking towards that, but why is it not materializing?
So if I should, just to, jump off what Kate asked earlier regarding how the money is shared, because we've seen a lot of issues come up recently.
Yeah.
Artists calling out labels, labels breaking artists' leg. Everybody is saying it's not me that collected the money. Two brothers are fighting for money that got missing. Now, if there is a system that's supposed to, channel all the funds the right way, and the artist, as we all know, they are majorly focused on the art. They don't want to get into all the business part of it. But is it always a situation that the artist should be creating the content and now chasing after the business part of it so that he doesn't get played? Is that the case?
As a matter of fact, I think it is. That's the trajectory that I see we should be heading to. Every artist should be a business. That's what I mean by transcending just being a brand to an institution. You know the business. You should have a lawyer. You should have a manager. You should have meetings. You should be able to go over the records. You should know what this means in terms of percentage. How does this translate in form of sales? How is it that if this, my music video, the ideas that I have in my mind, and this is the cost for it, what does it take to generate that amount with income? Because in the end, we need to understand that this is still a business for people. People are investors are putting their money on it. They're putting their money in it. And like with creativity, there's a sense of, for lack of a better word, there's a sense of, when something like they come out for your pocket. So if you just take it like with levity. So it's that thing that I constantly see. It's just that, but if that one that touch you and they come out for your body, you go see the way they go change.
You go hold on well.
Exactly. So now imagine if you're having this amount of money put. Now imagine, put yourself as an investor, putting this amount into someone else. That's why I say it's a we thing, not me.
So Shola, can we say that the streaming platforms that we probably have right now, they have not created a fair system for African artists?
Oh, Shola, before you answer that, let's go on a break. When we come back, you're going to give us that insight. And I'm sure a lot of people have questions as well. You can send us your messages. What you think about this situation. If you're an artist, tell us, have they collected your money? Where's your money going? You want to find out? Shola is here to answer some of these questions with us. We'll be right back then. Right. Welcome back, people. It's still Take 3, and we're still here for you to give you all the biggest conversations. Yes, I said it earlier. You can send your questions, make your comments. The number is on WhatsApp right there, and you can also join us on YouTube. We're live. Share it. The biggest show in town right now. The most trending one.
Let them know.
Yeah, let them know. All right, still with us, we have the one and only. He's here to give us all the breakdowns. For all you young artists, we're talking about, the industry and revenue and where the money is going. Yeah. Kate, that's your question.
Yeah, I mean, I was asking from your creative experience and perspective as somebody who has been in the industry for a bit now, do you think that the streaming platforms that we have right now, since we don't have the ones from Africans for Africans, right? Do you think they're creating a fair system for African artists?
Simply put, I would answer with, what's it called now? Rihanna became a billionaire not from music, but from fashion. Why? Because she made a product that catered to all shades, especially black women. So is the music really tailored to the black audience? That's all I'm going to say.
So the streaming platforms, are you saying categorically that the streaming platforms they were not structured to favor black artists or black creatives? In
the end, there are a lot of things that go behind the scenes that I would not claim to know about, right?
Okay.
Of course, I don't know what it costs to host the platforms and whatnot, but I do know that at least for now, Sweden earns more streaming per stream as opposed to Nigeria. So it's like European countries and whatnot. So it begs a thing of, why are we not creating our own? Because I'm coming from a position of, why are we not creating? Why are we not owning our own platform?
I want to ask, we have these conversations and this back and forth, and like you said, the European countries are earning more. Could it be argued that because we spend less on these platforms, because think about it, how many Nigerians actually have a subscription? And how much of that would you say, when converted into dollars, what are they making from us? Could that be the reason?
I I think Spotify released the list, right? And we saw 10, that's 1.8
Yes.
billion. They're making numbers, obviously. Like Africa, we have continually served with culture, with human resources, with natural resources. So it's really.
I think what I'm trying to say is, is not what are they making from us in terms of value. I mean, how much money are we putting, like the users of this product? Do you think that African users are putting enough money for our artists to actually have revenue from?
Money is traffic. Like, if we have the numbers, I mean, like the 1.8 streams, like, look, literally, Tyler, look at the streams, look at where did it come from? Are we putting enough money? But are we putting, attention is the new currency.
So you're saying that the fact that I can own a subscription and Kate is under my subscription, Ekemini is under my subscription, it doesn't matter compared to the fact that if she's streaming, Ekemini streaming, I'm streaming, that's what these streaming platforms would, should focus on, not how much they're making. If she had her own subscription, I had, wouldn't that make more money for them as well?
I would say, based off my experience across like at least some countries in Europe and in Nigeria, I have more Nigerians who are on the streaming platforms than those in Europe.
Really?
Yeah.
And they pay?
They pay.
Okay.
Okay, we're so pressed for time. This would be our final question to you, Shola. Looking ahead, what do you think needs to change in the African music ecosystem for creators to move from simply generating streams to building real wealth?
I think we should pay attention to capital. I think the government should be invested in creative hubs. We need to start breaking it down, studying the likes of the Rockefellers and how they were able to say, you know what, I'm not going to be digging into the ground to look for oil, I'm just going to become the supply chain, right? Okay. Let's now look at creative hubs. Let's go down, let's move from the island, right? Let's move to the mainland, let's go into Egbeda, let's go to Ikorodu. There are a lot of...
Are you hearing? True.
There are a lot of talents there. And let's train them. It's not just creativity. Look, I have the belief that everyone is a creative. An Agbero, for lack of a better word, an Agbero is more accurate than Google Map. So, like, how can...
wow. Okay. I think that because of time, we need to go. But let me just quickly read this message. Someone sent it in. He said, million streams, shikini money. That's the reality of creatives, but must think out of the box and explore means of getting adequately paid. That's what he said. And the other person who sent us a message earlier, because let me just read this. He said he was responding to Chidinma's conversation. He said, well, I tired for Chidinma. Must she stay there? People say they don't want you. You still go there. Even if they finally give her citizenship, does she think she's safe? Look at how they booed her out of the court premises. Haba, she no tifo, Emmy from Kano.
The protesters.
Thank you, a huge protest. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Shola. Thank you for
having me.
Breaking it down
and
letting us know that we are not the stars. We are the galaxy.
Yeah.
On that note, guys, thank you for joining us on today's show. And we're going to be back here again tomorrow, Kate's favorite day, Friday. And we're going to be giving you all the vibes and chills.
We need to give them a heads up. It's also Maver's birthday.
It's also Maver's birthday, our producer. Ladies and gentlemen, see you guys tomorrow.